What's up with you? For today's video, with a full Sprigatito evolution team, I'll be using Sprigatito, Floragato, and Meowscarada. Super Bowser, this one is for you. So I'll be using 2 Sprigatito, 2 Floragato, and 2 Meowscarada to make up an entire team of 6. These Pokemon get some pretty interesting moves and stats, and I come up with some really funny content for you to watch today. So I hope you enjoy. Is Sprigatito your favorite starter? Let me know in the comment section below, or who is it? Let me know. We've got 3 battles here. First one, this is on the Pokeportal. This is against Nick, and this was an amazing, you watch this, you'll never ever see this again in your life, right? Trust me. So we got a Tinkaton leader. I've got Sprigatito. We've got Acrobatics, Bullet Seed, Copycat, and Bite. The EV spread is going to be Max Attack and Max Speed, Jolly Nature. Ability is going to be Overgrow. So go for Bullet Seed on the Tinkaton here. I'll be real, I really didn't have a lot to actually hit this thing. Just resisted all of my moves here, right? So I got some pretty good damage there. I managed to land 4 hits, which is really nice. And now the Tinkaton is going to use Sword Dance. And I was like, wait a second. I could go Copycat here, and I could copy the last move used in the field, which was Sword Dance, right? So that'll give me a nice boost. So go for the Copycat. I know that I'll outspeed too, and now Sprigatito is going to get Sword Dance. I'm exposing myself. Anyway, so we got that +2 in attack there. Tinkaton is going to go for a Gigaton Hammer. Then I'm like, wait, no way. I can get this to work. So Sprigatito is going to have a Focus Sash as the item. And this turn, what I did right, I was like, I'm going to go for Copycat. And Sprigatito is going to Copycat Gigaton Hammer. Are you ready for this, people? You probably never seen this animation before. Here we go. Gigaton Hammer, Sprigatito, only on Pimple Shell. The hammer actually appears out of nowhere. It's a big silver hammer. I think it's made out of Corviknight. And Tinkaton gets dumpstered in one shot. If the video doesn't get a like for that, I don't know what I can do for you people. That's the quality content right there. Next is going to be Scarlet. I went for a bite here, and I hit it with all my might, but I didn't get a flinch. It was so close. And now I'm going to get finished off with a Lava Plume. Wow, that was crazy. A Gigaton Hammer Sprigatito. That's some crazy stuff right there. I actually had to laugh because I was like, I wonder how this is going to work. Where's the hammer going to come from? And the hammer disappears out of thin air. So we're going to go into Meowscarada here. This is my special set. Let's have a look at this one. So we've got Nasty Plot, Dank Pulse, Terra Blast, Energy Ball, and I've got Max Speed and Max Special Attack. I've got the Terra type as Fire, because I thought that'd be quite interesting and a little bit of surprise. So where comes Pawmot here? Now, I know that Pawmot can commonly carry a fighting move, mainly close combat, and I was like, do I go for Nasty Plot here, or do I just attack it? I thought they may try and revive back one of the other Pokemon, probably Tinkaton, and I took the risk. I was like, let's go for Nasty Plot, let's get this going right. And Fortune is going to go for a close combat, and Meowscarada is going to get wrecked. Now, I shall be doing the same for Fuecoco and Quaxley Evolution too, because I know, once I've done this one, people want to see the other ones, because I know some people like some starters and not the others. So I'll be covering all 3 of them, so in the coming weeks. So we're going to bring in the next Meowscarada here. We've got Flower Trick, Sucker Punch, Terra Blast Fire, and Aerial Ace. The EV spread is quite similar to the special one. It's just a physical attacker. So we've got Jolly Nature and Max Attack. This has a nice high base speed too. And of course, they both got Protein too. So go for the Flower Trick there. And that is going to be the end of Pawmot. I didn't want that to get a Revival Blessing off. It was hard enough to take out the Tinkaton with a Sprigatito. You're never going to see this sort of content anywhere else. Next Pokemon is going to be Annihilate. It's like, okay, well, I've got Aerial Ace. Maybe I should go for a Terra here, and change my typing to a Fire type, and maybe Aerial Ace will be a 2 to 3 hit code. Depends on, what sort of build Annihilate's going to be. It's actually quite bulky on the defensive side, It's quite a scary Pokemon. Now, speaking of Annihilate and a couple others, I've got a few guides coming up for these Pokemon, probably on the Thursday too. So I think we did Dondozo yesterday. If you're looking out for those Pokemon guides, I did that yesterday. So go for the Terra Meowscarada. Got them candles on my head. It's funny, right? Because you think the Meowscarada would probably light up in flames because it's a grass type. So it's going to have Rocky Helmet, unfortunately, and it's going to have Rage Fist. I'm like, oh, good, here we go. So Rage Fist hits me really hard. I lived on one health again. You wouldn't read about it. So swapping out the Meowscarada. Man, only on Pimple Shadow you see this pure content. So we're going to go into Floragato now. This is quite interesting because this set is thick. Like, you'd be surprised, but this is a really bulky set. So we've got Leech Seed, Charm, Giga Drain, and Low Sweep. I was like, all right, let's go for a Charm or a Leech Seed here. Now, I was a little bit worried about using Charm on Annihilate, you know, of course, if it had a certain ability, but I was like, let's go for Leech Seed first. Let's get that going. So I've got the Leech Seeds here going, which is going to be good, which is going to help me actually finish this thing off. Now, if I go for an attacking move on that Annihilate with 1 health, I'm going to faint to that Rocky Helmet. So I need to probably faint this with some other of my Pokemon. So I'm going to leave that Shadow Claw there and go for Charm. I was like, please don't have a certain ability. Please don't have a certain ability. And Defiant kicks in right. Damn. I was like, oh, well, there wasn't much I could have done there anyway. I probably could have gone for like another weak move, but I would have probably, you know, almost fainted anyway. So whatever, Floragato is going to get some help back there, and I'm going to get finished off by a Shadow Claw. But that's all good. I got a little bit of damage there, and I've got the Leech Seed going. So I'm like, okay, my only hope now is Sprigatito. And that just shows you how difficult this team was when you have to rely on a Sprigatito only on Pinrod Shell. So we got a special set here. We got Agility and Copycat. And this one, actually, I put Copycat in both of them because they were both quite limited. I've got Energy Ball and Terra Blast Grass. So I'm going to live there on 1 health thanks to the little Focus Sash. And now what I've got is Overgrow, and I've got the Leech Seed too. But Leech Seed is going to be fainting this thing anyway, which is good. So that's going to be the end of Annihilate. So things are going pretty good at the moment. Pretty nice. Now, I noticed in the team preview of their team, they actually had a Meowscarada as well. So like, oh, I bet you it's going to come out now. And it did. I was like, okay, here we go. I wonder what it's going to do. So the Meowscarada actually went for a, I'm not sure. It went for like a status move there. And I'm not sure. Like, I was cutting up the video there, so I couldn't actually tell you what it was. But it just used the status move there and it failed, and then it finished me off. So it didn't really matter anyway. I got like a small amount of damage there. That's the thing about this generation. They still haven't built the versus recorder back, so it's not like you can just, you know, film the battle and save it. I wish they brought that back. I feel like they never will. Anyway, so Floragato is going to come in here. This is actually going to be a Home Claws bulky Everlight set. And I was like, let's go for Play Rough, right? So the opponent got another Quick Claw here and went for the Night Slash. And that did a reasonable amount of damage. I was like, okay, let's go for Play Rough. That'll end it. Protein, you know, that'll do a lot of damage, right? And it missed. I'm like, come on, that really mattered. Now the opponent can freely go for a Flower Trick there. It's going to be a crit, and Floragato is going to faint. So that was very unlucky there. So my last hope here to take out the Meowscarada is going to be my own Meowscarada on 1 health. I've got that Terra Blast. I'm good to rock and roll here, and I should be able to get to the last Pokemon. They got another Quick Claw. That's 3 Quick Claws and a Play Rough miss. Like, come on. It's not even Pokemon anymore. It's just like rolling the dice. Anyway, people, I'm going to get credit there on 1 health, and I'm going to be very salty and upset about that. No, it was a fun battle, but I wish I would have been able to faint that thing. That was mean. I guess they got me back there for getting the Gigaton Hammer KO at the start. But what a crazy battle there. Nick, if you ever watch this video, make sure you go down straight to the lottery and buy yourself a ticket. But I really hope you enjoyed the Copycat Gigaton Hammer. Let's get on to battle number 2 here. This is a battle against Super Bowser, and we have a Tatsu Giri League. Now, I'm starting things off with my little Sprigatito here. Actually, I want to say out of all the shinies, the baby looks the best. It really does. I don't know, like the middle and the final Meowscarada, I don't know. I think the baby Sprigatito actually looks the best in shiny. So here comes a Dragon Pulse there, and I'm obviously going to be having my Focus Sash. Now, I've actually got Overgrow, so this is going to do like a decent amount of damage here. So I'm like, okay, good, I've got this one easy. All I've got to do is land at least 3 hits. And guess what? I rolled 2 hits twice in a row. You wouldn't read about it. So now the Tatsugiri is going to finish me off for like a disrespect scummy water. So that's the end of my lead Pokemon. Man, I'm not having a very good time at the moment. Next Pokemon is going to be Sprigatito number 2. And we're going to finish that little Tatsugiri there with a nice little Energy Ball. The Energy Ball is like as big as Tatsugiri. Now, the next Pokemon is going to be Dunsparce. Now, people have been asking me all this already. I will do a form of the Dunsparce team, like the Dunsparce and the different segment ones. That is a definite video in the future. I just can't tell you quite when, but it will be coming. So it's going to be going for a Hyper Drill there. And you know what? I really, truly couldn't help myself here. I had to go and do myself a Copycat Hyper Drill Sprigatito. You got to see some cool things today, people. So go for that Hyper Drill on the Dunsparce, doing a quality 3 damage, and now Dunsparce is going to finish me off there with a Drill Run. Actually looks very similar to like horn drill almost, like the same animation. So I guess our Life Orb did more damage than I did to it, and we're gonna go into Floragato now. So this is the Takey set. So Dunsparce is gonna do a sneaky swap there, and in comes Cryogonal. Now on this swap, I actually went for a low kick, you know, and low kick protein, that is gonna hurt because Cryogonal is gonna get dropped in one shot. Cryogonal's got like 2 defense anyway, so that was awesome. A nice little KO. Now the next Pokemon is going to be Dugtree, and yes, I'm going to be doing a Dugtrio team as well with Wiglet and all those sort of things. It is coming, people. I've got so many different teams. I'll be real with you, I have no idea what ones to do. There's just like so many to them. Like, just going to go through them eeny, meeny, miny, mo. But if there's some ones you really, really want me to see, let me know. So of course, Dugtree is going to hit me with a fissure. I mean, after the first battle, I need some really more bad luck, right? So Floragato is going to get wrecked there. So things are not looking good at the moment. Things are looking a little bit desperate. So going into my next Floragato. Oh, wait, no, this is the bulky set, right? The other one was the Hone Claws sweeping set. Now, I didn't say the EV's last battle for that. That was Jolly Nature, Max Speed, and Max Attack with Everlight. And Hone Claws, Play Rough, Pedal Blizzard, and Low Kick. So I've got my elite seat up on this Dugtrio, and it's got that Terra Blast Dragon. It's kind of funny how the little the Dugtrio has like the little dragon hat. I wish they had little hats on all of them. That would have been cool. So go for a low sweep here. I'm trying to drop the speed of this thing. Now Dugtrio is quite speedy. I don't have any speed investment at all, so I wasn't really sure if even 2 would be enough to actually outspeed this Dugtrio. I've got high base speed on this Pokemon itself, but I was like, hopefully I can outspeed it the next turn, right? So outspeeding it this turn with 2 low sweeps, and now the Dugtrio is not going to actually be able to fight me here because I've got that Leech Seed going, which is really good. So I dodged another fissure there. It's always good to dodge fissures, but I actually guessed a fissure was coming. So go figure, Drain, a little bit of disrespect there, and the Dragon Dugtrio is going to be fainting. It almost looks like, imagine if it was like the dragon, but you put, instead of the dragon's face, you put like another Dugtrio head there. It would be like, what would you call it? Quartrio. Game Freak, you've got permission to do this. Like, instead of 3 moles, it'll be 4 ones, but you make the mole at the back really, really big. So in comes Iron Bundle here. And Iron Bundle is going to use Present. Man, I think that did 1 damage. And I'm going to go for the low kick here. So they're trying to troll me a Present. It's not happening. I'm not losing to a Present Iron Bundle. That's not happening. I've already lost like 3 Quick Claws in a row. Here comes a Ice type move that was Freeze Dry. That did a fair bit of damage there. Going for low kick. Really, really trying to get around this thing's speed and doing as much damage as possible. Now it's going to be firing an Ice Beam right out of its sack. And Floragato is going to fall on its back. So that's the end of my Sprigatito and my Floragatos here. So I've got 2 Meowscarada left. I've got to get back into this game, people. So we're going to go for an Energy Ball here. I've dropped the Iron Bundle speed. This Pokemon has like insane speed, and that is going to be the end. It's going to fall in a little bundle. So I love how its little head sort of detaches like a spring. Next Pokemon is the Dunsparce we've seen earlier on there. I'm going to see if I can fleece this thing. It's super, super thick though, so it's going to go for a Fire Poison Tail. Little squiggly line, hit me with a little purple Ekans there, and it's going to poison me. So I don't want to get hit by another one of those. So hopefully I can finish it off this turn. So it's going to take some Life Orb damage here, which is actually going to help out my Meowscarada in terms of actually trying to fight this. So go for the Dank Pulse there. Dunsparce is going to live, and it doesn't get flinch, and it's going to take me out with its little Ekans tail. That's kind of mean there. So Meowscarada is going to be fighting. I've got 1 more Pokeball left here, and Dunsparce is going to do like its cry there and faint. So that was good. Life Orb actually fainted it. So we got the last 2 Pokemon here. It's Meowscarada versus Wiglet. I'm like, I've been trolled so far so much. I'm going for this is going to be a little Timmy Terry here for sure. You can roast him for it, it's fine, but I'm not losing to Wiglet, right? That's what I do. So go for the Terrify there, and hopefully I can one-shot a Wiglet in a children's game of Pokemon, and I can give myself a nice little pat on the back after that. So go for the Flower Trick here, and Flower Trick obviously is 100% crit. Wiglet is going to get dropped in 1 shot, and that is the end of the second battle. That was probably going to go for Fissure or some troll move there, I bet. Taking Super Bowser for the battle there, and I enjoyed being hit by Fissure so much. It's so much fun. Like, people always do it to me. I don't know why. So we're going to go to the 3rd and final battle here. This is a battle against Jimsy, and this was this was the longest battle out of all of these. Now, the first Pokemon here is going to be Hawlucha. And this actually kind of scared me. I'm like, what am I going to do to a Hawlucha? And First turn, he uses Feather Dance. I'm like, what is this moveset? So, my Sprigatito is going to get its attack dropped, and of course, Acrobatics is going to do nothing. Now, Horlich is going to go for a Trailblaze, so they're trying to boost their speed. Not that, particularly slow Pokemon at all. So what I did, I actually went for the Copycat here, and I went for Trailblaze. Like, you know what, I'm going to boost my speed too. But it's going to take like a couple of them to actually be able to outspeed, the Horlich. So Horlich is going to go for another Trailblaze, so they're trying to boost their speed. I don't even know what sort of strategy they're running at. I've seen Feather Dance and Trailblaze, And Trailblaze doesn't really sound like a grass move. It sort of sounds like a ground move, like Trail? I don't know. Or Blaze? I don't know, like maybe a fire move. Definitely not I guess a Trail can be grassy, though. I don't know. Anyway, so we got, I'm just thinking about like useless things. So we got this flying press coming from the Hawlucha, and I went for a copycat flying press. Watch this. Oh my goodness, did you see that? Was an incredible animation there. Like, I've given you pure gold in this battle, people, That like button's not going to hit itself. So I got some good quality damage there. Unfortunately, Hawlucha is going to have a berry and heal itself right up. And it's going to pop me with a little disrespect Trailblaze there. So I've got to get past this. What is this? Flying press, Trailblaze, Feather Dance. So Meowscarada to the rescue here. I'm going to swap this in, and I'm going to go for a tactical terror here, That's not a try-hard terror, this is a tactical terror, because we've got to get around this big threat, So I've got that, got them flames on my head. I'm still really, really salty that we couldn't do this with Chandelure. I'm going to say this every time I see this terror animation. Chandelure should have been able to, be in the game and have this, Like a Chandelure on top of a Chandelure. Actually, that reminds me, one time when I was in high school, right, I actually made a Chandelure out of metal. Like, I cut all the metal, and then I heated up, banged it in position with a hammer, welded it and everything like that. I was very proud of that. It was quite fun. I wonder actually if I still got that. Anyway, it was like a thing I did in like metalworks class. So I'm not sure if you call that over there, but that was a long time. It's like 100 years ago because, I'm 69 years old. Anyway, so the Hawlucha is going to be fainting there. I was hoping, but it didn't use an attacking move. It used Feather Dance again for like the 4,000th time. So I'm starting to get a little bit salty. I can't take a Feather Dance Hawlucha out in a children's game of Pokemon. It was getting very, very annoying. And I finally got the air erase off there and finished off Hawlucha. That was the most annoying, interesting set there I've ever seen in my life. So now the next Pokemon is going to be Ampharos. This Pokemon was, equally annoying. Hey, what's wrong with its color? So Ampharos is normally a different... Well, it must be the lighting, Like, I know my show. There we go. So, I noticed one thing with the Pokemon Terrors, the whole arena goes like a real dark color, and it affects like a lot of the colors of the Pokemon too. Like, I'm not a fan of the lighting in this game. Anyway, the lighting is very bright now. I know I'm going to get confused by Confuse Ray, so I'm going to go for I'm going to hit myself in Confusion. I went for an attack and maybe just smack myself in the face. So that happened. Anyway, this Ampharos is going to get hit by a Leech Seed. What's Floragato doing there? When it uses Leech Seed, it's got like a little stick. Like, we don't even see that again. He came out with like, is it like a little like piece of grass? You put that farmers put that piece of grass in their mouth, that sort of thing. Maybe it's not. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks like it. Anyway, I'm sure someone will know the answer to that. So go for a low kick there on Ampharos, and of course Static activates. How could it not? I'm having excellent luck as it is. So I'm going to get paralyzed this turn here, and it's got Dazzling Gleam. But the thing about this Ampharos, it really isn't doing a lot of damage, and Leech Seed is actually almost healing that back. I do have Giga Drain at the same time, so I feel like if I don't get super unlucky, I could actually outlive this Ampharos, unless Ampharos has some form of recovery, like rest or something like that. So it's going to keep going for the Dazzling Gleam against me. Leech Seed is kind of carrying me here at the moment, It's definitely carrying me, unless it's coming off the little plant thing that it flies around. I don't know. Anyway, so the Ampharos is going to be sliding out there, and the next Pokemon to come in is going to be Gyarados. I'm like, oh no, what's this set what's it gonna be this time? So it's gonna drop my attack there, which is gonna change the entire battle, and I'm gonna go for the Giga Drain there. It's pretty good damage, you have to admit. Pretty good damage there on the Gyarados, healing myself up there with the quality 5 health thing. So now it's gonna go for a Hurricane. It's a special Gyarados. That is still going to hurt, even though it is a not as powerful as attack. It still is unreasonable on the special attack. So here comes the Hurricane, and Floragato eats it like a snack. Actually, I don't know. Like it was like a little, was it like, it looked like a yo-yo. I remember those things that you had in school, like, walk the dog, like these other things, like, you'd pick it up and you put it like a little triangle thing. It's not a yo-yo, I'm only mucking around. But seriously, it actually looked like a yo-yo. I always like to do the one where you put like oil on it. Mate, this will probably be for lots of people's time. Like, yo-yos are like a little circle. You have like string in it, right? And then you like, you attach it to your finger and then you sort of like thrust it down and you could do like little tricks with it. You know, it'll roll on the ground and things like that. Anyway, that was a long time ago. I had this really, really good one. So I don't know whatever happened to it. I'm trying to remember what the brand of it was. It's like a particular name. It's like a really like, really good one. Anyway, Gyarados is going to go for a Dragon Tail there. Sorry, Ekans Tail. And that is going to be swapping my Floragato right out of this matchup. So going to Meowscarada, obviously the arena is going to now go dark because the Terra Pokemon is back on the field. And we're going to get some more Leech Seed there. So that's the end of the Gyarados. I actually took it out with the Leech Seed, which was nice. The EV spread on my bulky set, you're probably curious about that. I was going to read it, but I got distracted. So, okay, that was Max Health, Max Special Defense set. So that was extremely bulky. So out comes the Dunsparce here, and the Dunsparce is going to get hit reasonably hard by that attack. That was also sassy nature as well, that one. Sort of came as sassy, so I'm like, you know what, I'll keep it as a sassy cat. So we're going to go for the Terra Blast again here. I'm just doing my best to get some damage on this Dunsparce, so it's a 3-hit KO, you know. Now, Dunsparce is going to go for Ancient Mount. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get like a boost there and then probably sweep my entire team, but that didn't happen, thank goodness. I would have been, very upset and crying and that sort of stuff. So go for the Terra Blast there, and Dunsparce is going to be fainting. So goodbye, Dunsparce. I think, I guess the only difference is the body and the little, what is it, like its teeth or something like that? I don't even know what it is. So in comes the Iron Moth there. I got a nice crit, but this is thick. It's going to be going for a Sludge Wave here, and Meowscarada is going to get wrecked. So I don't know how I'm going to get around this one. I'm thinking to myself, I maybe got one Pokemon that can do this. Maybe my other Meowscarada, maybe my special one might be able to do something here. So it's going to have some recovery with the Black Sludge item there. And we're going to go into my Floragato. I want to see what else it's actually got here. It's going to go for a lunge now. And I lived on 2 health thanks to my Everlight. And that's going to drop my attack. I'm like, I missed some Leech Seed. So that really, really sucks out. We couldn't see the yo-yo again, but I wanted to see Floragato walk the dog. A cat walking a dog. Reminds me of Cat Dog. Remember that song? Cat Dog. That TV show was like, I think it was like when I was like a little kid, in school. And then there's like this little mouse as well, like this little troll mouse. And I can't remember it. It's blue. It's a blue mouse. That's what it was. Anyway, Floragato's going to come in here. It's a physics set with protein. We're going to go for a Hone Claws there, sharpen up them claws, and see if we get some damage here. So, of course, the opposing Iron Wings is going to have Fire Spin as well. Now, this is actually... it's not exactly the set that I ran on my one, but I like a really tanky Fire Spin set too. It's actually quite nice. It worked very nicely for tanking hits and still doing some reasonable damage too, and maybe trapping an attacker that couldn't do a lot of damage. So my best move there was, I think, Petal Blizzard, so I couldn't really do much here. Lunge is like a clean counter to this. I can't do an absolute thing with this Pokemon at all. So my only last hope here is Meowscarada. I feel confident I can swap that in, go for a nasty plot, and try and get some, some really powerful attacks here. So, interesting enough, the Iron Wings is going to be swapping out, and this annoying... Oh, they're going for static, aren't they? That's just mean. So I went for Petal Blizzard here. It didn't even faint the Ampharos, not that I was really surprised. I doubled up, and Ampharos actually fainted on the next one. I think I got min than max damage, because that did like a little bit more by it looks of it. Anyway, next Pokemon is going to be the Garganacl. There's still that Iron Wings problem to actually deal with it. So I went for Petal Blizzard again. It does reasonable damage. This thing is like huge on the defensive side. So here comes the Iron Defense. So yeah, there's no way I'm getting this down any much more with Floragato as well. I'm going to have to rely on my special Pokemon. So go for a low kick here, and low kick does alright damage. I guess it is a big old salt mine, so it'll be hit pretty hard. And of course, they're going to go for Salt Cure on my Floragato, and Floragato is going to get Salt Cured. I have to say, I do like, I think they do like smoked salmon. I think they salt cure that as well, or salt cure meats. They're very nice when they do. Anyway, a Floragato is going to be fated that one. I've got one more Pokemon left. It's my special Meowscarada now. I really do need a nasty plot up here. Otherwise, it is going to be very nasty against that Iron Wings. I'm going to need to get some pretty good luck there. So go for nasty plot here, turning into a dark type, hoping that it doesn't have body press. Otherwise, I'm going to get absolutely dominated here. Now, instead of using that, it's used Giga Impact. What? Giga Impact, Garganacl doing some thumping damage to Meowscarada. It's a clean 2-hit KO. I need to get rid of this right now because I don't want to lose to a big pile of salt here, people. So we got 2 minutes left in this battle just due to all the bulky matchups there, especially with the Ampharos. And I think the start of the battle at Holucia, it took me I don't know, I think it took me legitimately 5 minutes just to fake that troll feather dance there. So go for an energy ball here. It doesn't have as great a special defense as it does defense. And Garganacl is going to be fainting there, which is awesome. So the last Pokemon here is going to be the Iron Moth. Now, Iron Moth has got a lot of help. I'm like, man, I don't know what I can do here. They're going to go for a last-minute Terror, a last-minute Tactical Terror at 50 seconds here, and the Moth is actually going to turn into a Fire type. Oh, no. This is going to have Terror Blast, isn't it? I know it is. So, wait, no, they're going to go for a Fire Spin, I think. Oh, no, go for the dang Pulse. It dropped it. I was like, what? So that's going to be the end of the Iron Moth there, and that is also the end of the game. I actually expected that one to live. That's it, people. Hope you enjoyed the Sprigatito Evolution team. Catch you next time. Peace out.